Hi guys, I'm Ember. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So for today's pick a card, we're doing what big transformation is happening. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I finally moved and I know it's a little echoey in here, so if you could just bear with me until I figure that out. I try to hang blankets and I try to figure out the lighting, and it's gonna be what it is. So your three cards for the piles are pile 1, the Venom, pile 2, Agape, and pile 3, the Vow. So take your time, go to whatever one you feel intuitively called to. The links to the piles will be in my description box, and we will get started. Hi, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we're doing what big transformation is happening. So for your cards, we have the Venom, we have 53 Magician in the Mirror, 16 Patience, 41 Connection, 34 Detachment, 28 Unfinished Business, 11 Divine Timing, and 21 Sudad. So for your cards, I really feel like you're removing something in your life that has been very painful. And I feel like you guys it has to do with the connection, I feel like, for most of you. And it's definitely about removing something that isn't good for you. The Venom is about poison. It's about something that you need to like pull out of you. And I feel like what Spirit wants to talk about today is that you are detaching and leaving and energetically removing something from your energy or somebody from your energy. And I feel like this has taken a lot out of you. It's been very difficult. And I feel like the patience it's taken to have to be patient with yourself while you go through this has been very trying, is what I'm hearing Spirit say, and sad, and there's maybe a lot of grief that you're feeling right now. It's interesting because I'm going through this right now. I just left an 11-year relationship, and I just think it's interesting that, you know, it's similar in the way that, like, here's the thing. So with grief comes waves, right? It's never going to be like all of it at once. And it's good that way, like with the waves, because it can help us move through the energy in a more productive way. And it helps us like get on with our life, I guess is the best way to say it, in a way that is helpful. And also so it doesn't overwhelm us. But the waves can be really big sometimes. So I'm just sending you a lot of compassion while you go through this, and also tell you that you're not alone, because you're not. And also because I'm going through it too, and it's been very hard. Not just moving has been very hard too. Moving, it's like, it's one thing to leave a relationship behind, but then to have to move on top of it is just a lot. And I feel like you guys are finding the missing puzzle piece that was yourself when you were connected with this person. I feel like when you were connected with this person, for some reason, you felt like you were missing a part of yourself. For some reason, you felt like you couldn't be your full self. You couldn't be vulnerable in the way you wanted. It was like you try to put the key in, because there's a key right here, and then the puzzle piece. It's like you try to put the key in, and then the key just wouldn't open the door, is kind of what I'm hearing. And I don't know if this person was shut down or just not able to give you what you need. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't really matter, because it's more about the reason I feel like you are taking this connection out of your life is because energetically it was draining you and hurting you. Second, because it was causing you to feel like you couldn't be vulnerable. And also it was causing you to feel like you couldn't be yourself. And I think that there is so much strength and courage that it takes to even think about leaving somebody behind. It doesn't even have to be like a crazy relationship. It's hard to leave any relationship behind, but I feel like for most of you, it's some significant relationship that you've been in for a while, or that has taken it doesn't have to be a while. It's something that's impacted you a lot. It could be a connection that hasn't totally started yet. It could be a potential of a connection, but it's like a soul bond. There's something here about leaving behind a connection that you thought would blossom, that you felt like had a lot of potential, that you felt like it could be really beautiful. And for some reason, this person couldn't meet you where you were at. And then you have to, I think that some of you are thinking about leaving them behind, and I think some of you have left. So I'm trying to like get to both types of people and keep it more general. But it says interesting. We have this divine timing and it's 11. I don't know. I feel like some of you maybe everything works out in divine timing. So if you feel pressured to leave this person, it will work out when you're ready. You have to be ready. Sorry guys, my phone's still on. You have to be ready to leave somebody behind. You have to feel ready. You have to have everything in place. It's not like an overnight thing. So if some of you are feeling the pressure of leaving them behind and you haven't left them yet, then just understand that it's a process. It takes time. It's going to take a lot of compassion, and there may be other moving parts, is what I'm hearing Spirit say, other moving parts that are hurting, or not hurting you, the other moving parts that are making it harder to move on. I was getting caught in the Magician in the Mirror. So I was getting from this card, like, when you looked, everyone's a mirror to you, right? Everyone you look at is a mirror. And if you are around someone a lot, they are a mirror that's going to reflect back at you. But also, some mirrors aren't as good as other mirrors because some mirrors don't work on themselves, or some mirrors aren't healthy, or some mirrors are critical, right? And so if you have that piece of you that's already critical of yourself, and someone is a mirror to that and mirrors back that criticalness back at you, then it can be very difficult to not take that on and think that about yourself, because it's already inside of you and it's just being mirrored back at you. And maybe you've healed a lot. Maybe you have raised your vibration. Maybe you have done a lot of self-healing and this person didn't come with you or didn't work on themselves. And so when you do a lot of healing and you've worked on like the critical part of yourself, let's just say, I'm just using an example, it could be anything. Let's say you worked on the critical part of yourself, but this person is still being critical towards you. It's going to activate that in you, whether or not you've healed it or not. And I think a lot of you are looking at like, what are they mirroring back at me? How can I move on so that I can find better mirrors? How can I detach? Because there is a detachment card. And I think that a lot of you, whether or not you've left this person or not, have detached from them. And it's like, but the part of detachment, like, right? Like if you're around someone and you've detached, they're still going to affect you whether or not you detach from them or not. You know what I mean? And that's kind of why I had to leave too, because it's like, I was detached at the end for a while and I knew I was going to leave and I had to get all the moving parts, blah, 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 right? But I felt like I'm so energetically sensitive, and so are a lot of people. And a lot of people feel energy whether they realize it or not. And their energy will affect you no matter what, no matter if you're detached or not. And so I think that that's something maybe you're looking at. And there is this feeling of unfinished business. We have this card right here, unfinished business. And maybe some of you have left and are feeling like there's something that you haven't been able to say or something that you want to say. I also got a hit of like, maybe there was unfinished business, like your whole relationship. Like maybe you never got to say how you really felt, or maybe you felt like you couldn't say how you really felt because it wasn't received. Maybe you did say how you felt and it wasn't received. And I just think that you guys are going through a lot and it's very, very difficult, and it's just really difficult. And so I just want like you guys to take the fact that this is very overwhelming and very painful and very hard, no matter what kind of relationship it was. It was a puzzle piece that you wanted to fit that didn't fit with you, and you wanted it to fit. And it's like that desire and that longing, regardless of if the relationship ends or not, regardless of if they ruin it or not, it still doesn't go away, especially if you're like an idealist or someone. And I think that some of you are getting comfortable with seeing actually the reality of what's going on instead of seeing what you want in your mind and potential. I think for me, at least, I had to do that with the person I was with, because it's like I was seeing the potential constantly and not seeing the reality, and getting stuck in the potential and getting stuck in the fantasy and getting stuck in the when we first met, when it was really great, you know? And so it's like I had to be starting to just really just like be in the now, accepting the moment, looking into it with clear eyes, objective eyes, and being very set in the moment in reality. And I think that a lot of you are doing that and trying to be in the moment, be in reality. I feel like a lot of you are still in this relationship because I keep going back to as if you're not, as if you not have left. And maybe I was meant to read for your pile because I just did this. I don't know. It's very hard. It took me 2 years, guys, to be comfortable. Like, I had the feeling that I wanted to leave like 2 years ago, right? But it took me a lot of time. And it's like, this is where like the patience comes in, to have the patience to, for yourself, to take the time that you need so that you're ready, and so that you don't do it preemptively, and that you've healed what you need to heal and grieved what you've needed to grieve before you have to go into the next part of grieving. Because it's like, if you've been in a relationship with a person for a long time, you lose them by degrees. It's not like you lose them all at once. I mean, sometimes you can lose them like that. I mean, it depends, but I feel like for a lot of people that want to stay in the relationship, you lose the person by degrees, and that is painful. And so it's like you grieve them by degrees, and understanding that grief is by degrees just generally is helpful, I think. And I just think that you guys are trying to love yourself and find something better for yourself, and look to raise your life, and find relationships that can meet you with the magic that you have inside of you. It's like spirit, it's like they have magic inside of them. They are working on healing. They are trying their hardest. They're trying their best to make it work for a long time, owning their responsibility of that, owning the responsibility of how painful this was, and trying to move forward in a healthy way, in a I don't know, in a way that's like graceful is what I'm hearing, kind of in a way that's not combative, not aggressive. I just want to like move on, and like we can be cool, and like I know that there's pain here, but like I don't want to make it any worse than it already is kind of what I'm hearing you say. I did see this key into the mirror for some reason. I'm seeing the key go into and unlock one of the mirrors. I think that by detaching, you're unlocking a part of yourself, is what Spirit's trying to tell me. You're trying to unlock a part of yourself, a part of this mirror. Maybe you're trying to unlock a part of you're trying to unlock a part of yourself, but you're trying to unlock better mirrors, and you're also trying to unlock a mirror that's not working for you. But like now you're like, okay, where can I find a mirror that I can actually unlock, that can help me see myself better, that can encourage me, that can help me stand in my power, that can love me, that can give me the full amount of love that I'm being able to give to this relationship, and the patience that I can give to this relationship, and I want to find my missing puzzle pieces, kind of what I'm hearing you guys say. And it's like, I also want to like talk about like when you leave somebody, I think it's really important. This is just for me. You don't have to do this. This is just a suggestion. But for me, it's like I've had to be I'm like, I'm going to be alone for a while. Like I've been in such a long relationship. I have been in relationships probably my whole life, and like serious, relationships. And I haven't really spent time alone. And I think it's just good after a breakup or losing something like this. It's good to like take some time alone to like get back to center and work on what you need to work on it, and grieve the relationships, because sometimes we like to get into other relationships before we're done grieving, because we want to sublimate, is what I'm hearing Spirit say, the pain of that relationship. And I think it would just be good if you guys think about that, if you're not already. You probably are already, And again, have patience with yourself while you go through this, because this is very painful. It's very heavy. It's very deep. And also, some of you may be thinking about having a conversation with the person that you've left about the unfinished business. Take your time if you've left already, or maybe if you're still in the relationship, you want to talk about it and see if you guys can make it work. I don't know. But Spirit's just saying, take your time. Make sure that you're not overwhelmed. Make sure you're grounded before you speak to them. Make sure that you're fully in your body. Make sure that you've taken care of yourself. Maybe even meditate before, and make sure that you go into it. And if they say something that's triggering, if you have to walk away, you walk away. And if you have to take a second, you take a second. And it's like taking it slow. If you're going to have a conversation that's very heavy and deep about unfinished business, if they're able to have it with you, is going to be very helpful for you, because it's like, it's not even about what the other person does. It's about, how do I hold myself in a way that I will feel good about it afterwards? How can I say what I need to say in a clear and concise manner that's vulnerable, but that doesn't put me at risk or harm? And how can I like have this conversation in the most productive way possible, so that I can get what I need out of the conversation, even if it's just to like get something off my chest. It doesn't have to be like the other person's going to do what the other person's going to do. It's not about, maybe it is partly about like wanting them to step up to the plate. I don't know, right? But it's also about like, I want you to feel good when you walk away from the conversation. I want you to feel like I did the right thing. I held myself in a manner that I'm proud of. Because I don't know who this person you're dealing with is, but maybe, I don't know, I hear that they can be like harsh with words. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Like, of course, anything I say that doesn't resonate, it may be for someone else and it may not be for you. So if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But maybe that's something that you're afraid of, harsh words or anger or annoyance or something like that. And it's like, that's why getting grounded and getting really still, and also when they say something to you, it's like seeing that if you take it personally, and if you take it personally, taking a deep breath and letting it go and sticking to the solution. Like, this happened to me a lot with my relationship in the last few days. Like, I had been telling him I was going to leave for a long time, and he was not ready for it, even though I told him for like the last 2 years, like, I'm leaving soon if you don't like get it together, you know, like if you can't meet me where I need, then I'm gone, you know what I mean? And it was very harsh at the end because he was not expecting it, even though I had been telling him, because he was avoiding it, right? It's like this thing. He likes to avoid things. And there was harsh words thrown at me. And it's like, I was getting distracted by it, right? It's like, I wanted a solution. I want to leave. I want to move here. This is what I want to do. Then it would be like, oh, but like this, right? And it would throw me off of like, no, but we need a solution here. Like, what is the solution of this conversation? So I feel like if they say something that hurts you, sometimes it can be easy to like get cut off into that like detour when it doesn't even have to do with the conversation. You know, it's like some reason that can't work because you're this way and this way and this way, right? And it's like, but okay, well, it doesn't really matter if you think I'm this way and this way and this way. I need to have a conversation about like how we can move forward and how I can get the solution that I'm seeking. And it took me a minute to like be able to get to that place where it's like, I'm not even going to respond to anything that's not about the solution because it's just pointless and it just hurts me. And it's like just a waste of freaking energy to fight with somebody, especially someone that you love and especially someone that you're trying to just find solutions with. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you have somebody like that, I'm not saying you do, but if you have someone like that, stick to solution. If they say something that hurts you, take a deep breath, wait, go slow, and like move into a different conversation. And if this doesn't resonate, guys, pick a different pile because this is really what I'm getting strongly. I don't know. I feel like a lot of you want to have a conversation about this unfinished business that's between you and this person. And you know, a lot of what I find with tarot, it's like everyone's like trying to figure out what the person's going to say or how they're going to react or if they're going to come back. And it's like, that's all well and good. And sometimes I would like to know that too, right? Like, of course, I'm human, but it's like, can we really know that? No. And is it a general reading? Yes. And is it hard to figure out divine timing because it's in the future? Yes. Tarot is really about reading, for me at least, it's about reading what the energy is right now and reading about like how you can move, how you as a person can move forward and hold yourself so that you feel good about yourself. And it's like, yes, the other person is part of it, but it's like, that's not who I'm talking to today. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you. And I feel like maybe it's like you need advice. Maybe you need someone to just listen to you. Maybe you need someone to just see that you're going through this because I see you. If you're going through this, I see you. And I am really sorry that you're going through this. And also I'm going through it too. And it is very difficult to move through. It's very difficult to even make the decision. However long it takes to leave, it's a very difficult decision to like even just realize that things are not going the way you want them to and that they maybe never will. It's like that is painful. It's painful. This whole thing is painful. And it's like this has a lot of pain attached. This pile has a lot of pain attached to it. And I just want you to know that you're not alone and that I see you and that things are going to be okay. And that you're going to move through this. This is a process. It takes time. Give yourself patience and time. And Spirit's saying if you don't have an answer, you will have an answer eventually. It's just will come to you in time. It's just going to take some time. And if you've already moved on, then feeling that grief and sadness, that's going to take some time too. Like literally yesterday I was talking about it with my friend and I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I'm so sad. It's been 5 days. I was like, I don't know why I've been so sad. And they're like, well, how long has it been? And I'm like, it's been 5 days. And they're like, okay, well then like, duh. Like it's going to take a long time. I've been in an 11-year relationship and it's going to take a long time. I'm going to have to grieve this and it's going to take a long time. And that's okay. But I'm like, okay, like, let's get it moving. I'm done with this. Like, I want to move on. I don't want to feel these feelings. And it's like, yeah, everyone has avoidance of feelings. And it's like, can you allow yourself to have your feelings about this? Can you allow yourself to think about it? Can you allow yourself to look at it? Because it's very painful. And it's like, only through the pain is there love, only through the pain is there healing, only through the pain and facing the pain is there any kind of resolution and any kind of difference in change. And it's like, I think you guys are looking at this. I wouldn't be getting this if you weren't looking at it, if this wasn't in your energy like 100%. This is permeating your energy. And so it's like, you're thinking about it and feeling about it. So if you have feelings about it, feel your feelings, because it's here and it's in your head and it's here. So it's like, you know what I mean? So, okay, I'm going to get some tarot and see what comes up. Yeah, you guys are in, yeah, okay. So we got the Hanged Man. I'm going to get these cards right. I don't like it when they're all messed up, but whatever, it's happening. The Hanged Man. I feel like you guys are suspended. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. Suspended in time is what I'm hearing. And I think that that's what this suspension is. It's like being suspended before you make a decision. I feel like a lot of you haven't made this decision yet. Being maybe even just suspended at maybe even after it happened. There's this feeling of like trying to gain enlightenment, trying to gain understanding and clarity around what's going on and how it's affecting you, and gaining a higher perspective about what is happening and how to. I definitely feel like some of you too, this is causing a spiritual awakening. Anytime we make major changes, anytime we think about making major changes, anytime we are raising our vibration, sometimes relationships, especially if it's been a long relationship, if it's been a long relationship and you have healed, the reason it's maybe not working out is because you've healed a lot. And it's like, because of this enlightenment, this is happening. And I think you understand that too. And also, you are trying to gain a higher perspective about this and feel your feelings and understand it at a deeper level about what's going on in this relationship and how it's affected you, whether or not you've left them or not. That's what I feel like is happening here with this card. I don't know why this other card turned around. I saw it right now. I don't know if it was already turned around or not. Where is it? It's Five of Swords. There it is. Five of Swords. So this is a card about feeling defeat. Feeling defeat about what's going on. Feeling like you haven't, yeah. We've got 2 5s here. Feeling left out of the cold, that's 5 of Pentacles. So you're feeling defeat about the fact that you felt left out in the cold, the fact that you haven't been held. And I kind of see these cards like interacting a little bit. And I kind of feel like you feel like this person, I see this is the victor. Usually in Five of Swords, okay, I'm going to pick it up because it's hard to see. So usually in the Five of Swords, this is the victor, right? But he comes to victory at all costs, like to everyone else. And then these are the losers, right? So it's like a card of either victory or defeat, but usually it's a card about defeat. And I'm feeling like I saw this guy like sorting the Five of Swords, like sorting the people in the Five of Swords. And there's this feeling of like this person lashing out is what I'm getting, and like hurting you and making you feel left out in the cold and pushing you away. It's like, I get that this person's not connected to their heart space, and when you're vulnerable or when you're yourself or in your power or whatever it is, they may lash out at you and make you feel left out in the cold because of being afraid, because of having a blocked heart chakra, because of not seeing things clearly, because of being afraid. It's like usually the Five of Swords is usually anytime, not Five of Swords, but usually anytime we have a closed heart chakra, it's because we're afraid and because we can't handle emotions, and because we don't look at our emotions because our emotions scare the crap out of us because it's something we've done for a long time, because it's something that's kept us safe when we were in childhood. And this person, I feel like, has not looked at themselves and is choosing not to look at themselves. And now you are like, okay, I can't be with someone that can't look at themselves, and I can't be with someone that makes me feel left out in the cold, that hurts me when I'm just trying to be myself. That's what I'm hearing. Knight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. So for some reason, I see the Knight of Pentacles offering his, Knight of Pentacles, I don't know why I said Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, giving his Knight of Cups cup to the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know if that could be you giving this person, trying to give this person this cup of love. They may be a very stable person. I also am getting that this person might come and give you, try to reconcile with you is what I'm hearing. Maybe that's this unfinished business card. Spirit, what's this about? Yeah, okay. 2 of Pentacles. We've got 10 of Swords. Yeah, I don't know why, but either this person or another person is trying to come in and bring you a cup of love. You could have met somebody new. It also could be that this person's going to come back and try to reconcile with you, and you're going to be in this decision mode of 2 of Pentacles. I don't know. Hold on. 10 of Swords, and then we have King of Wands. Yeah, I kind of feel like this person, you may have left, and this person may be thinking about reconciling with you is what I'm getting. Or you haven't left and you are trying to end the relationship and they're like, whoa, wait, here's my cup of love. And it's causing you burden and stress because you're trying to decide on whether if you want to give this person another chance. That's what I'm feeling. And it's causing you burden and stress, like a lot of burden and a lot of stress. 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. I'm sorry if I keep saying the wrong cards. I feel like everyone's been doing that lately. At least other tarot readers say that they are, so I'm like not alone. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of burden and a lot of stress and a lot of grief over, but it's like, guess what? You're in 2 10s. 2 10s is like cycling out this burden and this stress. So look, it's up to you if you want to reconcile with this person or not. Yeah, look, Page of Pentacles. This gives you a lot of dread and a lot of fear, and it does not make you feel good. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person I feel like wants to work on it. And look, you can work on it, or you don't have to say no to this, but you can say no too. And it's like about getting really connected to the stillness of your heart and being like, do I really believe that this person's going to show up for me? Is this person going to give me what I need? Is this person going to change? Is this person showing me evidence of change? Like, what is the evidence behind the cup? Is there evidence? And if there isn't, it's like, if you want to give them another chance, right? Taking it slow and like seeing how they're showing up. And if they continually show up and like get a therapist or heal or like show up in a different way and they do it for an extended amount of time, then think about like maybe accepting the offer, right? It's like going super slow, especially if you've left this person, like for real. Yeah. Be in your Queen of Swords energy. Be detached. Be decisive, be discerning, see what's behind the veil. Don't see what you want to see, but I think you already are. Like, I think you're in Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, you're already looking at this, like, this opportunity is 4 of Cups. This opportunity isn't really, like, maybe what I want it to be. And also there's, like, a hope as well of, like, yeah, use your intuition. There's, like, a hope of hoping that it will change. And it's, like, if you want it to change and this person's showing up, see how, make it be, like, weeks of showing up and showing you evidence and like weeks and weeks, and then like seriously think about if you want to start a relationship with this person again. It could be a new person, but I feel like since we have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords here, it's causing a lot of stress, and it's probably this person is what I'm feeling, because we do have the King of Wands as well. Very fiery energy. Could be a Leo is what I'm hearing, or a Sag. Yeah. There's an opportunity coming in to reconcile. So I would, and don't, like, if that makes you freaked out, like, take your time. You don't have to make any decisions right now. Take your time. You know what I mean? I think a lot of you know what you want to do already. And maybe you're just waiting for it to happen to try to be prepared for it, right? What cards do I want to use? Okay. Sorry if my table like moves while I do this. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you are like not wanting to take the opportunity. That's what I'm feeling, at least. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Or I think it causes you a lot of, like, look, it's causing you so much burden and so much pain to think about it. To think about the offer coming in. It's causing you so much pain, and it's causing you to feel indecisive. You know, it's like, this is not even about taking the offer or not. I mean, yes, of course it is, right? It's about like, how does it make you feel? How do you feel? Like, how do you feel about when this person comes in? How does it make you feel? Does it cause you burden? Does it cause you confusion? Does it cause you stress? Does it cause you to feel like you're up in your head, like you're in your emotions, like you're not like grounded? How does it make you feel? And if it makes you feel any of these things, it's like, think about how it makes you feel. Okay, let me see. I just saw openness. Spirit, what do I need to tell pile 1? Anything else about this? Yeah, this is causing a major transformation, like I said. It's really important to move into rest and relaxation. Be flexible with yourself is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Abundance will be born if you're leaving. So if you're afraid about like financial security or stability, when we feel better and when we choose ourselves, abundance comes in. It just does. It's just literally how it works, because the universe is trying to support us in our new adventure. If the person's not good for us and it's helping us, it's dampening us down. If we choose ourselves, Spirit and the universe is going to rise up to meet you where you're moving. Community is going to be very important. Talking to other people, making sure that you have resources, making sure that you have people that you feel safe with to talk to is going to be really important. Blessings are coming in. There we go with the flexibility card. Be flexible with yourself, have patience with yourself, and yes, some of you are at a standstill, and that is okay. I got 2 more because they came up. Leadership. This is causing you to be a leader by paving the way, by choosing yourself, and wonders will come out of it. I feel just like, oh my God, another one. Spirit's just like, really tell them. Delight. Spirit's just telling you guys that you guys are really coming into a time of, because you're choosing yourself, you're coming into a time of abundance and delight and wonder. It's going to cause you to have a lot of patience, a lot of flexibility with yourself, a lot of compassion, and find the people that make you feel safe. Find the people that make you feel like you are going to be okay, that people that encourage you, that empower you, that help you with your sadness, that help you talk through your sadness, that help you get back into your center, right? Wow, guys, you guys are going through so much pain and so much just external stuff, and I'm just so proud of you guys. And continue to protect yourself, continue to love yourself, give yourself as much time and as much patience and as much love and compassion as you need. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. So please like my reading, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 2, welcome to your reading. So for today, we're doing what big transformations happening. For your cards, we have Agape, 24 adjacent possibilities, 22 yin and yang. We've got 20 robotic, 32 confusion, 13 follow your heart, 14 money versus love, and 11 divine timing. So I feel like, first of all, I'm going to just get into what I'm seeing with the cards. So Agape is really about getting spiritually connected in some way. It's about making spirit the focal point, making your spirituality the focal point, seeing how everything is connected. It's about honor, reverence, service. It's about following your dreams. I feel like a lot of you are following your dreams in a brand new way, in a way that you haven't before. It's almost like, I feel like you guys have been following your path, of course, right? But it's like there is a dream that has opened up for you and you have followed into that dream. And you may have had to leave something behind to move into this new, it's almost like because we have this exit, right? I feel like you guys went a certain way, there was a dead end, and you had to like kind of turn back and detour and move into following your heart in a different direction. You may have felt like your heart was maybe with somebody else, or you felt like you were going to be with someone else, or you wanted that person to be that person that you're going to be with. And I feel like you've just went down that road and you were like, and then like you turned around and now you're moving into following your heart. And I feel like a lot of you are following your passion. And I definitely feel disappointment and a lack of, or a sadness around the lack of potential, or the potential that you saw in your fantasy and the reality of the potential that was there. And I think a lot of you had to recognize that this person was causing you confusion and causing you to feel trapped and causing you to feel like you couldn't be yourself. There's this robotic card. I don't know if they were robotic or if you felt like you couldn't be yourself, and so you had to kind of constrict and contract and like not be able to express yourself in the way that you wanted. And you literally, I feel like Spirit's saying you took a quick detour and then you righted your path, and it's showing the healing work that you've done to be able to right that path. I kind of feel like it's a cycle that you were in, and then you literally were like, I can't do this cycle. This cycle is confusing. This cycle is hurting me. This cycle is not helping me follow my heart. And then you like pulled yourself out of the cycle. And listen, it is so hard to get out of that. And sometimes when we feel confused, we may obsess. And I don't know why I'm seeing the devil card, but like it may cause us to obsess and try to figure it out and try to figure out what's going on. And like, because if we're confused, I hate being confused, guys. I hate it. It makes my mind just be like, I have to figure this out, and like picking it apart and being up in your head instead of being in your heart. And I think a lot of you had to get connected to your heart space and be like, how is this person making me feel? Is this person showing up? Is this person giving me what I need? Is this person making me feel like I can be myself? Is this person showing up for me in the real world? Is this person giving me any action? No. Okay. Or like not a lot, or like not as much as I need. Okay, then like maybe this isn't the person that is for me, and maybe my ideals of this person were better than the actual person or the actual reality of what I was being given. I kind of feel like this person cut off you in some way, like cut off connection or cut off communication or cut off you in a way, or pushed you away in some way. And I felt like you were it was very painful, and it caused you to want to like attach or like figure out how to like fix it or something, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And I feel like a lot of you were like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not the person for me if they're not going to choose me, if they're not valuing me, if they're not showing up for me, if they're not making like it known or like calling me or like showing up or like giving me evidence, and evidence that like is good enough, like evidence that is big enough that for me, if that's not happening, then like this is not the person that is for me, and this is the person, regardless if they're a soulmate, right? Like this person could have been a soulmate. You could have felt like this person, you guys had such a soul bond of like like it was really a true soul bond. But like if they're not showing up in the 3D, if they're not showing up and giving you evidence of action, of actual real world action, then like this is not the person that's meant for you, regardless if they're a soulmate, right? Because we can have many soulmates. That's what I believe, at least. And I feel like maybe this person chose money, or this person either chose money over you, and or you were like you felt like your next phase of your path was in love, and now you're realizing it's in business, and like following your passion and following your heart in business. And I feel like a lot of you had to work on this yin and yang, which is the divine feminine and divine masculine, or masculine and feminine wounds. I feel like a lot of you have healed those types of wounds. And I think a lot of you, through this cycle of like figuring out how to pull yourself out of it, have transformed in healing your divine masculine or divine feminine wound that was associated with like not seeing this person clearly, and like accepting this person and what they were giving you, even though it wasn't good enough for you. Like you had to really see your worth and really see your value to be able to pull yourself out of this. You wouldn't have been able to pull yourself out of this if you hadn't seen your value and your worth. So I feel like a lot of you have like seen your value and seen your worth and pulled yourself out of an extremely hard cycle, a karmic cycle. Even if it was a soulmate, it could have been a karmic lesson or a lesson that was meant to be taught to you. Pulled yourself out of this confusion, pulled yourself out of this robotic feeling of like, I'm trapped, I can't express myself, I can't be who I want, I can't love how I want. Pulled yourself out of that, right? And I just feel like you're like, right? Like that's kind of what I see. Pulled yourself out of that and moved into a different adjacent possibility, a door that was actually open for you, a door where you could follow your heart and actually put energy. It's almost like I see you like going one way and there's like this cutoff of energy, like you're like stopped, right? Then you turned and you're like, okay, I'm going to put my energy into this. And now I see you flowing through the energy and flowing into a better space for yourself. And the transformation and the perseverance and the pain that it took you to do that, yeah, that was a lot. And it was probably very overwhelming, and I'm cutting like into it like it's like no big deal, but it's massive. Not no big deal, but like I'm not giving it like I'm snapshots, right? It's almost like snapshots, and I'm not like it's not like it took time and it took patience and it took grit and it took perseverance and it took valuing yourself. And that's the transformation. That's where the transformation piece comes in. That's where the lesson comes in that you've learned. You will not have to go through the cycle again because you've learned it, right? And it's like, I think a lot of you, this was a massive cycle that a lot of you had to complete to move forward, to be where you're meant to be, to be where you're meant to be, which is more connected to spirit. Look at this arrow is like pointing to spirit and pointing to yin and yang and pointing to money and love. And I feel like a lot of you are focusing on honoring yourself by going after a passion of yours and putting time and effort into a passion of yours that may be connected to spirituality, because this is your main card, and it's agape, and agape is a spiritual card. It's like one of the most spiritual cards in the deck. And we also have divine timing here, and I feel like a lot of you had to detour, and now you're getting closer to spirit. And I feel like there's this, like, I see it like almost like there's light coming out of your chest, and like I feel like it's also feel it in my heart chakra, like this just power. And it's like some of you may not be feeling this yet, right? But this is coming in because you've detoured and now are putting your energy into something that's more fulfilling for you, something that's more transformational, something that's more spiritual possibly. Then your heart chakra is opening and also lighting up and coming alive, and passion is coming alive in a new way. Because when we put energy into a passion of ours, it's almost tandem going to feed your heart chakra. The passion's going to be here, and you're going to put it into this thing. This thing's going to come alive. You can't see my hands. This thing's going to come alive and then come back into you, and it's going to be a flow of energy. You were not able to flow your energy with this person or thing the way that you wanted, the way that was a full expression, the way that was healthy and beautiful and blossoming. And I see you blossoming in transformation because you've put your heart into a passion that is fulfilling and something that's going somewhere, something that's going to flow, something that's going to lead you to better things, better possibilities, a better life, better fulfillment. This is about inner fulfillment. This is about deep inner fulfillment for you guys. And the transformation that's happening is that you are choosing fulfillment. You are choosing fulfillment. You are choosing yourself. And wow, I just want to say, wow, I see the Hanged Man, and you being very enlightened is what I'm hearing spirit say. This situation has caused a lot of enlightenment, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of dealing with your own emotions, accepting yourself, loving yourself, moving through the pain, and understanding that what your true value is. If someone can't see your value or can't meet you where you need, then that's not the person for you, and you've realized that. And I think that's one of the hardest lessons, I think, for the whole world to learn, because I see there's so many people on tarot and there's nothing bad about this, there's nothing wrong with it. There's just so many people that come to tarot that are wondering why this person is not coming in, and wondering why this person isn't choosing them, and looking for answers about what this person feels. And I think it can be unhealthy. And I think that you have learned, I'm just saying, like, on the mass amount of people that I see on YouTube are looking for answers to love and looking to fill this space that this other person is obviously not showing up for. And you have learned the lesson of, like, that's not actually good for me. It's not even about what the other person's going to do. This is not good for me. This is not good for my this is not good in, like, helping me value myself. My energy is not being respected. My energy is not being valued. And I am special, and I am valuable, and I am powerful, and I am beautiful. And if someone can't meet me where I'm at, then, like, that is not the person for me, because it's about what I need. It's about what I want. It's about how I need for me. And it's like, you are seeing that, and you are learning that, and you have moved through that and pulled yourself out of this cycle of, like, you have wiped the film away from your eyes and are seeing clearly about what's going on in reality, and taking that and accepting that. And it's like, that is massive. Most people cannot do that. Most people cannot see what's really going on in front of them, because they have pain and wants and longing for a person that doesn't show up for them, that doesn't because of childhood trauma. Like, it always comes back to trauma. So it's like, it's not bad. It's just, it's sad, actually, because we are always looking for something we didn't get. If we didn't get the love we needed when we were a child, we're always going to be seeking it in another person, because it's a trauma response. And maybe you had that happen to you. I've literally been in this exact situation, and I've also had trauma as well with this, and I have had to work through this exact lesson, and it's very hard to go through, very hard. And It takes a lot of healing to do this. It takes a lot of healing and a lot of self-reflection and a lot of acceptance of reality, and also a lot of understanding how you feel, what you need, valuing what you need, valuing how you feel, valuing yourself and self-worth as a person. And I just am so proud of you guys, because this is massive. This is a massive thing that you've just done. And you are never, ever going to accept this into your life again. Never. Yeah. It caused a tower moment. I don't know if you can see that. It caused a tower moment, and in love, there's Page of Cups. Tower moments are breaking down all foundations. Our foundations are breaking down around us because they weren't built on good foundations. Spirit, what do I need to? King of Wands. Yeah, King of Wands. So I don't feel like the King of Wands is you. And then we have Queen of Swords. I feel like you a lot. So there's the King of Wands is not a bad card. The King of Wands is very passion-y, very passion-oriented, fire-oriented, very goes after what he wants, is very like fast and like, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing. And it's like, I think that you're learning about, look, it's not about this if this energy is bad. It's mostly about, is this energy good for me, right? And is the energy healthy for me, right? So I think you as Queen of Swords have learned how to see things clearly, see this energy for what it is clearly. And it's not that it's bad. It just may not be right for you, or it may be showing up in an unhealthy manner. This card is not unhealthy. It's just, it may have shown up in an unhealthy way for you personally. And you are looking at it and being like, when this is unhealthy, this is not the right thing for me. And I know what this energy is, to be able to see it before it comes to me, it gets permeated my energy, and to cut it out of my life quicker than I ever have before. And it's, again, very transformational and very evolved. Yes, it caused you a lot of Ten of Swords. It caused you a lot of pain and a lot of burden and stress. Ten of Wands, there's 2 tens. You're cycling that out. You're cycling out the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. You've gotten King of Cups, 2 of Cups. Hold on, I just want to get these out really quick. Strength, which is Leo. And we've got 9 of Wands. So you have found your, you have found your strength. You could be dealing with a Leo, it doesn't have to be. You could be Leo, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. You have found your strength in love relationships when it comes to this energy, because you now know how to hold your boundaries and remain detached and be discerning about it, because it's caused you stress and burden. And you're now, I feel like this is you're now very evolved emotionally, and evolved emotionally to understand what your 2 of Cups means for you, which is love. What is a real love relationship that I want? How do I want it to feel? How do I want it to look? And you found strength in your values, your wants for a relationship, your needs, and because you're tired of this other relationship, unhealthy, right? With these 3, this burden, this stress that you're carrying. It's like, I don't need to, I see you like putting it down and just dropping it. Like, I am not down to do this anymore. It's too hard. It's too painful. I want something that's light and loving and easy and fun. Yeah, I got the Magician as well. You are willing in a better relationship for you. You are magicianing in a better relationship for you. You're using everything you have to, first of all, transmute this energy of the pain, and calling in a better manifestation of love for yourself. That's what I'm seeing. It's very, very evolved again, guys. It's very evolved. Yeah, it's very evolved. I think you guys have done a lot of healing. This took a lot of healing, and probably took a lot of time, probably took a lot of time. Okay, Spirit. Okay, yeah. This is what it is. You have moved into truth, moved into your truth, moved into the truth of reality. Yeah, you've kept it simple. You've moved into the simplicity of what truth is and accepting what truth is. And because of this, you're calling in abundance. You guys are just, wow. I am very impressed. This was probably very difficult for you to move through. Sorry guys, I got makeup everywhere. This was probably very difficult for you to move through, and very painful is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And you had to get connected to your truth. Oh wow, look. And your courage to move through it. because this takes a lot of grit and a lot of courage and a lot of wisdom to move through something like this, and to actually learn this lesson, because this is a major lesson that most people can't learn, they can't and don't know how to, and that sometimes won't, right? It's not always about can't, but a lot of times it's about can't, because it's hard to, there's healing that's offered, but it's hard to find healing in the right way. It's hard to move through these things. It's hard to let go of things. But you guys have learned this lesson, and it's causing a major transformation in what you're willing to accept. Love, relationships, what you value, how you value yourself, self-worth, perseverance, courage, bravery, wisdom, truth, following your heart, going after what you want, understanding when something's not meant for you, and accepting it. A lot of acceptance, a lot of enlightenment, a lot of truth. I am so insanely proud of you guys. This is massive transformation and a massive lesson you have learned. Trust that you have learned it, because you have, and you will be showing up in a Queen of Swords before any kind of relationship. And it's not about always being detached, but it's definitely about when you first meet someone, coming in very slowly, being very cautious, being very discerning about what's going on and how they're meeting you and what their energy says. And now you're going to be able to do that, because you don't need anyone. That's what this is about. You don't need anyone to fill you. You don't need anyone to validate you. You don't need anyone to be there for you, because you are now there for yourself. You are giving yourself what you need, and that's why this is so beautiful. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys like my reading. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Paul 3, welcome to your reading. So for today, we're doing what big transformation is happening. So for your cards, we have the vow, 4 happy family, 13 financial constraints. We have 13 follow your heart. We've got 2 13s. We've got 27 breakups and makeups, 29 shattered, 6 mirroring, 23 drama. So I feel like something has happened, definitely, with this pile. I mean, we have, something has broken apart. Something. I feel like it could be dealing with family. It could be dealing with a breakup. It could be dealing with something it could be a business, actually, for some of you, because we do have financial constraints here. There's something that has broken apart and caused so much pain and so much, it's almost like, I'm thinking of this quote. Hold on, let me get it. Sorry guys, I had to get this quote. So it's called Someone Great, Jenny's Letter to Nate. It's on YouTube. I'll link it in my description box. But she's writing a letter to her ex about a breakup. And this is like a part of it, but I swear I want you guys to go listen to it because it makes me cry. But this is a quote. When something breaks, if the pieces are large enough, you can fix it. Unfortunately, sometimes things don't break. They shatter. But when you let the light in, shattered glass will glitter. And in those moments, when the pieces of what we were catch the sun, I'll remember just how beautiful it was. Just how beautiful it will always be. Because it was us and we were magic. So I don't know why that quote came to my head. Probably because they're shattered and breakups and, you know, just pain, right? And I think a lot of you are going through something very, very painful and very, there's just a lot of grief around it. And it caused a lot of drama, I think, as well, because we have the drama card right here. And I think whatever it was that shattered and whatever it was that broke, the vow, it's like you have made a promise to yourself about something. You've made a promise to yourself about, sorry guys, I'm like emotional. You've made a promise to yourself about how like you're always going to show up for yourself and how like you're not going to accept less, but like maybe some of this, we have happy family, like maybe some of what has shattered or broken is a part of your family in some way. Or maybe it's about childhood family, I don't know. But there's something about like choosing yourself and choosing to promise yourself and choosing to follow your heart And maybe that caused something to have to shatter, something to break. It doesn't have to be family, but it could be a relationship. It could be affecting your family. It could be a job. It could be, I don't know what it is. It's different for all of you. It could be causing financial constraints, which Spirit's saying it will work itself out. You don't have to worry about the financial constraints. You're going to work hard and it's going to fix itself. And there is definitely something about your independence, finding your own freedom, finding your own autonomy, and reinventing what family or whatever this was that broke, reinventing that for yourself. The thing is, this is hitting you hard because I'm literally going through a breakup right now of 11 years. So it's been a long time. And I have kids and with this person, and I've had to reinvent what my idea of family is. It's hard because when you have a family and you don't believe in divorce and you don't believe in like breaking it up because of the kids and the trauma and all the drama and all that stuff, right? But it's like I couldn't be happy in the relationship, and if I wasn't happy, then my kids aren't going to be happy, and it's not going to be a happy family. And I'm having to reinvent what my idea of family is, and that is very painful. It is painful enough to go through a breakup, but it's also extremely painful to have your kids go through it and to have to put the pieces back together and to try to make it fit into this new way that we're doing things. And there's something about that for you guys too. You've had to break something up, or maybe someone broke up with you. I don't know. Something broke. It could be a job that you've always been in. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but I really strongly feel for a lot of you, it's relationship in some way. And somehow, whatever was this job or this person was mirroring you wasn't showing you back what you needed to see. It wasn't giving you what you needed. And you had to make a vow and promise and choose yourself, follow your heart, go off a different way, and choose yourself through this. And I feel like a lot of you are like in the pain of it or thinking about doing it. I don't know. But it has caused a lot of drama. It's also caused a lot of pain in your heart. And it's causing a lot of, maybe your thoughts are really getting loud. Maybe you're like really thinking a lot about like, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? And like getting really stuck in your thoughts. Because sometimes when we have a lot of pain in our hearts, we're going to get stuck up here because up here is safer, right? It's not as painful. It's just safer up in your mind. It's like more analytical. I can think my way out of this. And it's like, it's a safer place for some people, especially I feel like a lot of you could be Aquarius or have a fixed sign or like Gemini. Or be thinking about doing this. I don't know. Some of you could be in different spots. It's just general, so I don't know where you're at. But there's definitely something about breaking something that has meant something to you and reforming it in a different way. And it's like, it will always be in your heart, right? It's like every time we think we lose somebody, we lose them forever, but they are always in our heart, regardless of if we're not with them in life, regardless if we're not with them in the 3D, they're with us in our heart. And I think maybe you're realizing that now, and also realizing that like to be happy, to feel fulfilled, to be satisfied, to feel like you're getting what you need, and maybe you've healed a lot. Maybe this is why this is happening, because sometimes when we do healing, if we're with somebody for a long time, we raise our vibration, and we need things that are different. We change, we transform, we become different, and we need that person to meet us where we're at, and that person maybe can't because whatever reason, right? Doesn't really matter. And we have to choose ourselves. And I just feel like this vow card is so important because it's like you've made a promise to yourself to show up for yourself in a different way. And that maybe has caused this break. And it's like, I've been saying this the last couple of weeks. It's like, I never thought it could be so hard to choose myself, right? And it's like, this is one of those situations where it's like, it's harder in some ways to choose yourself. But then again, it's like, if you don't choose yourself for so long, that becomes harder. That becomes a more painful thing. And it's like the balance of it. It's like, eventually the thing of like not choosing yourself is going to become more painful. And you are not going to be able to not choose yourself anymore because it's more painful not to. And then you have to choose yourself because it feels better, but then you also have to lose something and sacrifice something in the process. And it's like, I feel like a lot of you have just gone through this or are going through this or thinking about going through this and worried about the financial constraints, worried about the drama. It could be just worried about these things. It doesn't have to be happening. I think for some of you it's happening though. This other person could not be accepting what's going to go on, or you're worried about the drama it will cause you or your family by going through this, or you're worried about what other people will think. I don't know. But it's like, if you choose yourself, everything is going to move into place, because it's almost like if we don't choose ourselves, then we're not living our lives the way that we should. And if we choose ourselves, in spirits and the universe is going to help us do that, because that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to choose ourselves. We only have ourselves in this world. We're only with ourselves when we die. And I know that's morbid, but it's true. And I think you're valuing yourself and loving yourself in a new way, and choosing yourself and making a promise to yourself that you're always going to show up for yourself, that you're not going to accept less than what you deserve, that you're going to have to be okay with the pain of reinventing your family or reinventing yourself or choosing a different phase of your life or becoming a better person or leaving somebody behind that you so dearly like, so deeply love. And yeah, I think it's just really hard. I think this is just really, really hard to go through. And I swear, I really want you to listen to that YouTube of Jenny's letter to Nate. It's called Jenny's Letter to Nate. It's such a good movie, but it's not such a good movie. I love the movie, but the part where she does the poem to Nate, where she talks, it's like so, it's just, there's something about it. I don't know how to explain it. I would watch it. I'm going to put it link next to your pile. Okay, Spirit, what do I need to know? Yeah, okay, so we've got 8. There is a lack of movement in something. 8 of Wands in reverse. There's a lack of movement. It could be you're feeling like you're at a standstill in leaving. Maybe you're thinking about leaving. Maybe you're thinking about all this and it's causing so much pain. Thinking about breaking up. Thinking about it shattering. I don't know. We've got Ace of Wands. But this passion that's coming alive inside of you, it's like, that's what I'm talking about, the balance of the choosing yourself and not choosing yourself. Like, and this isn't about pressuring yourself to make a decision. This is just about getting to your heart space and feeling about what your heart space wants, and then trying to think about the next indicated step and seeing if you can do that. You know what I mean? We've got the Emperor. Yeah, this is about you standing in your power. I feel like this is about you standing in your okay, so like for me with the Emperor, for the last few, so when I had to move, right, I hate doing practical things. I hate being in action all the time. Like, I love feminine energy. Masculine energy is so powerful and amazing, but I'm not as good at it, at least, you know what I mean? As in like getting shit done and getting practical stuff done. And I literally had to go through a major evolvement of my masculine power, which is very reminiscent of the Emperor, and getting stuff done to try to get myself into this apartment. And it was a lot, like overwhelming, but it also taught me and helped me grow. And it was uncomfortable, but it's like, it helped me grow so much. And it's like, I think there's a passion being born out of you wanting to be a leader, wanting to take control, wanting to stand in your power, wanting to choose yourself. And it's like, that's going to get louder and louder and louder the more time goes by and the more you heal. I was just going to say heal. And then of course, 4 of Swords comes up, which is about healing. You could be healing your masculine energy. You could be healing your healing. Look, to get to the point of thinking about breaking up with someone or leaving something behind or moving to a new job, thinking about leaving somebody or thinking about leaving a new job or whatever it is, or leaving a job that you've been in forever, is because you've done a lot of healing. This is because you've done healing. That's why it's here. Yeah, your judgment. You're in judgment of what is serving you in your life and what is not. And the healing is causing this judgment to happen, causing this like seeing of things in a different way, causing this seeing your Emperor energy and I love that the Emperor is literally over the vow, and same with the passion and same with the healing. It's like the healing has caused you to be here. Maybe you've been healing your Emperor energy. Maybe you've been healing your masculine energy, and maybe you've been healing your passion, and it's like you've been healing yourself, and now you're able to step into a leadership role and choose yourself. And because it's born out of a passion to choose yourself and a fulfillment and a wanting to get connected to your fire energy and a judgment of the things that haven't been serving you, the people that haven't been serving you, the job that hasn't been serving you, and you're choosing yourself in a new way. The Devil. Did I say the Devil in this pile in the beginning? No, I didn't. It was the last pile. Yeah, the Devil. I feel like a lot of you are looking at I have to cover up this card. I hate that I have to, but I have to because I don't want to get demonetized. You're looking at your devil energy and seeing where you're trapped in love, seeing where you're trapped in maybe you're trapped by like, I can't do this, or trapped by the fears. It could be anything. It could be fears, addictions, attachments, anything that's dealing with a fear or a lower vibrational activity. I think that it's a fear, to be honest with you. I think you're afraid of moving forward because you don't know if you can hold yourself. You don't know if you can be the emperor. You don't know if you can do what you need to do to get it done, and you can. And I'm telling you, you can do this. You can do this. You can choose yourself. You already have it here. You're the emperor. You're making a vow to yourself. You're in passion energy. You've been healing. Take your time, but it's just about seeing it. It's not about judging it. It's not about being hard on yourself. The devil isn't bad. It just is, right? It's like, how can you be aware of the processes that are going on, see how you're feeling, love what's going on, and love what you mean, not love what's going on, but love yourself through the process of what's going on, and choose yourself. Well, yeah, you're really getting, I think, Queen of Swords, you're really getting connected to like being more discerning, and the Magician. Yeah. So it's interesting because like the Magician and the Emperor are they're very 3D oriented. They're very like making my world in reality the way I need it to be, taking leadership roles, using what I have in my in the world to resource to bring about in the real world a manifestation that I want to see. It's like very strong. And then we have the devil. And I feel like the devil is clouding the Emperor and the Magician. And it's like, that's why I feel like it's just the fear. It's just the fear of like, can I move forward? And can I be myself? And can I be independent? And can I be autonomous? And will I be okay? And is everything going to work out? And it's like, choose yourself. If you choose yourself, everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place. And you're probably going to be like, when you're done, why didn't I do this sooner? Because I'm doing that. Like, why didn't I do this sooner? Even though it's very painful and not easy to go through. Yeah, we've got Knight of Wands and we've got 10 of Cups. There's Spirit just confirming that everything is going to work out. You have the fire energy. You have the energy to do this. You have the ability to do it. You are the Emperor. You're the Magician. You're the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands goes after what he wants in fire. And I feel like using your fire energy, using your passion, using your just being sick of whatever it is, just being sick of it. And it's like, if you're not ready to make the decision yet, you're going to get there. It just takes time. It takes a process. It took me 2 years to be able to leave. 2 years. And I'm not saying it will take you 2 years. It just took me personally 2 years. And it's like, you guys are already up to the point where you're thinking about leaving. And it's like, that is half the battle. Just thinking about it, facing it, accepting it, moving into that's a lot. So I feel like you guys are going through a major transformation in the promises to yourself, in what you need to move forward, in can I move forward? How can I tackle the fear? And it's not about getting rid of the fear. That's not what this is about. It's about recognizing the fear and not letting it stop you and working forward and through it anyways. That's what it's about. And you can do it. You can do it. You have everything you need to be able to do it. You do. Magician is all about having everything you need already to bring about what you want in the real world. Okay, Spirit. Let me see what we got. Pile of 3, transformational energy. Yeah, this is about going after your fulfillment. This is about going after your inner fulfillment, going after inner peace. This is about focusing. The more you get connected to what fulfills you, the easier this will be. The more you get connected to your peace and your heart space, the easier this will be. The more you get focused on what you want, the easier this will be. And the more you get focused on how can I do this and how can I love myself through this instead of how can I listen to my fear and let it override me, the better you're going to be able to do this. We've got gateway. You're literally standing at the gate to make the decision. That's how I feel. Potential, trust. Yeah. The more you can move into trust that everything will work out for you, the better it's going to feel. I had to continually choose trusting that everything was going to work out for me instead of my fear. And I'm telling you, my fear was massive to massive proportions. It's why it took me so long. So there's nothing about judging yourself for how long it's taking. It's going to take as long as it's going to take. It's going to take divine timing. It's going to take, when you're ready, you will be ready. When it's meant to happen, it will happen. Don't beat yourself up. Don't push yourself if you're not ready. Take your time. Love all the parts of yourselves. like feel the grief and sadness of this and try to move into acceptance if you can. I think you guys already are moving into acceptance, and that's why this is so painful. I think that's what you're moving into right now. The gateway is into the acceptance of that this isn't working for me. And it's like not even about making a decision right now, but I think you're thinking about making a decision, and that's why it's almost like that maybe overriding, like, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? Oh my God. That may be overriding, maybe here to distract you a little bit from the grief that is associated with accepting that this isn't working for you. And that is totally a defense mechanism and totally a safety mechanism to help you keep you safe. And so it's like just being very kind and compassionate and being very like seeing how everything's affecting you and seeing what your thoughts are, seeing what your heart is saying, and getting connected to it in that way. We've got pleasure. Getting connected to what makes you feel good is going to help you. Yeah, there we go. Leadership. You are a leader. That's what the Emperor is about, leadership. Be flexible with yourself. Pile 1 is literally like almost, it's very similar to this. It's different, but it's similar. Going forward, relaxation and transformation. This is about choosing yourself, choosing a path that's better for you, moving forward, and you're gaining transformation from this throughout the whole thing. Thinking about leaving something that's hurting you is because you transformed is causing transformation. Thinking about moving forward is causing transformation because you're trying to put everything in place and manifest, and that's manifestation, and manifestation is transformation. Moving forward finally is transformation, and then the act of what you're going to have to do to move forward is transformational. Getting to the point when you finally get there is going to cause transformation because you're in a new space and it's in a new energy and you're not having whoever or whatever this was affect you. That's causing transformation. This is very transformational. You could only get here if you had transformed. I'm telling you, you could only get here if you had transformed in some way, shape, or form. And there, you did have the healing card. So you've healed. That's what transformation is. Born from healing. Healing is where transformation is born from, and going through hard shit. So you had to go through that and heal, and that brought about this transformation of looking at this, and then more and more and more will be born the more and more you go through this. And it's just about having a lot of compassion and a lot of grace and a lot of flexibility for yourself as you move through this very, very, very difficult time. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this. And I literally just went through this, and I know you guys can do it. You can do it. And it's not about even doing it right now. It's just about wherever you're at. Where are you at, first of all? Where are you at in the process? Because this is a long process and it's going to take a minute. And can you give yourself time to get there, right? It's like you don't have to be anywhere else right now. You just have to be where you're at. And wherever you are is where you are. And that is good enough. It's like, where are you? What do you need in the moment? How can you give yourself what you need? How can you focus on the things that fulfill you and that give you pleasure? How can you focus on relaxation and inner peace? And how do you focus on facing how you feel? And then if you feel like moving forward, you move forward. If you don't, then you're not ready yet. And that's okay. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like wherever you are is where you need to be. And that's okay. And you guys can do this. I am so proud of you. I also want to send you so much love and light, and that like, you're doing a great job, and that like everything is going to work out the way it's meant to. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.